Hello everybody, it's a new day. We're back with some Crossing of Chains. Those were the ones that were not helping me last time. Last level with no crossings. Hope you don't mind if it puts up a little fight. So last time we were having problems with basically the correct number of odds and evens for reaching like this 8. You can't get this one to this 8 because of the number of tiles it is between itself. We decided that this is correct because we took this hint that says this 7 goes to that 8. Where it goes after that, I don't know yet for certain, but I was reasonably confident in this observation and it was proven correct. Which means something's got to come down here as a terminus. That can be an 11. This can't be a 10. Oh, sorry, this can't get to a 10 to be an 11 there because, again, it's the wrong number of numbers away. And I can't get that to be 15 with how much room there is to work with. Too much there. That can go to 11, that can go to 15. But this is the problem. I can't get that corner to exist in the manner in which I want it to. Just gonna... That's too much. So this is where I got to last time and realized that I wasn't finding a solution. So this one can't make the 15 ever. It can't make the 9 or the 11. I don't think this brown or orange, depending on the hue that you perceive it in, can ever get to any of these locked numbers. But it begs the question then, how do we do all the other numbers from blue and pink and then just kind of fill up the empty space with the rest? Because I can't get to 15 if I go directly to it. And that gets me to 15, but we end up in this problem, which we are all too familiar with at this point. And the brown can't be a 15. It just can't. So I start to wonder about the question then. If this is an 8, which we know that it is, I mean, it can be a 15. But again, it's the same problem as we had before. We just end up with brown that can't fill out the corner. And there's going to be some trick to this that is going to blow my mind in a minute. But until I get there, I don't know. I mean, that works, but then I'm stuck. One tile lacking here. So is there something else about this I can manipulate to claw a tile back, as it were? It really comes down to what other ways can I make 15? Because something has to get to 15. And I'm reasonably confident that it will never be orange. So how many pathways can there be that this 8 or this 1 gets to 15? Now, that's fine, but then 9 becomes the problem. Because we have to get to this... Well... Is it correct that this can't ever do a 9 either? So this single tile is the one that's missing, but this is different to yesterday, so... Something is evolving. Something is changing. Any other ways we can do 15? Or for that matter, 9. Because I don't think orange can do 9 ever either. Just because of its kind of binary state of being odd numbers away instead of even numbers away. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, or we can make that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away, which is always an odd number, whereas 1 can go 1, 2, which is an even number, therefore being able to get the 9. But if the blue gets 9 and 11, it can't get 15. So, where can it go? Something has to get 9. And it can't be this 8, which we know is correct. So blue must get 9. I think that's just a correct statement. That blue gets 9. I just don't think it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So orange can't ever pick up 15 because it's an odd number of tiles away, not an even number of tiles away. There's got to be something else to make of this. Can't be this, because then we can't get the 15. I can't see the move. I really... Right, let's take a hint on this 9. We go left here. Or here. Is it there? Yeah, here. But I still think it's true that blue has to get the 9, which would be that. Which makes no sense to me. What is going on? I think I've been at this puzzle for about half an hour across 2 episodes now. Because we know this is true. Therefore, we know that 9 must be blue. Is that much true? Yeah. So 9 is blue. So I know that this and this is correct. Still can't figure it out. Can't do that. Can't do that at all. Can't do that either. I'm so... Even with the information that I have that I understand to be true, I don't understand what change I can make to suddenly find a solution in this puzzle. I'm so baffled. So that goes to there. That goes to there. This is all given to me now that I've had those hints and I've made that deduction. But what? There's no crossings. What else can it be? This 8 cannot reach that 9. This 1 cannot reach that 9. Or this 11. So blue must go to 9. And this feels like the only way it can do that from here. But orange never gets to 15. And every other way I see to get something to 15 breaks the level. I'm so flabbergasted by the truth that has been presented to me and the complete inability to find a move that works. I can't get from here to here faster to turn around. this goes up. With that one piece of information, can I change anything about my hypothesized answer? I just don't get it. I want to have the aha moment for myself rather than getting it from hints. As much as we know this is true and this is true, I want to have the aha moment for myself. I don't want to deprive myself of that by going, oh yeah, the hint told me to go here, and then suddenly it all falls into place. Right, this 8 cannot reach that 9. This 1 cannot reach that 9. So, did I decide that that was a fact? I did. And so from this, or from this, there is a solution somewhere. There doesn't feel like there should be that much design space left in what is basically 1, 2, 3 routes. So this 11 can either be this or this. If it's this, nothing can get to 15. Because this blocks in 9. And we've clearly demonstrated that this can't get to there. So I feel like this has to be correct. It is. So I continue to reaffirm things that I know to be true. How the hell do I get to 15 from anything new or different or interesting out of this? It's not that, and this is correct. So it has to be this, but that can't be correct. What on earth? So this is a fact. This is a fact. How is there a solution here? There's got to be like 3 hypothetical valid moves. Blue cannot get to 15. Pink can, in a perfect number of steps. Where would orange go to fill out the puzzle? Cannot do it. What am I missing? This is wild to me that I can still have this much information and not see the solution. It just doesn't work. How did I not do that before? How? I did this so many times. So many times. I'm so mad at myself. There was no aha moment there. There was just a moment of not being dumb. One crossing. Do I think this is going to be any easier than the one I just head-butted into a brick wall for 40 minutes? Doubt it. Let's have a look. So this one is 1, 2 away from an 8, so therefore we know can't do an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3 is odd. 1, 2, 3. That can do it. That can do it. The edge here is an interesting point of a problem for potentially crossing on a 7, perhaps. But then, like, this becomes a tile we have to get. That becomes a tile we have to get. That becomes a tile we have to get. Let's just look at which options we have. That gets a 4. That gets a 4. So it could be either of those. Can't be blue. That also gets a 4. But there's only one crossing, which means we can't cross down to here. So where's the crossing going to go? Ow, scratched my ear too hard. Man, I'd love to get a second puzzle today. Make up for that one that was just a horror show of the previous puzzle. Can't believe I missed that top move. There's one crossing. Which means if this can get to an 8, or that can get to an 8, or this can get to an 8, but this cannot get to be an 8. So any of the other 3 can be the 8. Where the crossing is going to be, then, feels like it has a lot of potential for options. Does this seem like it could work itself out? We have to get this to be an 8. So if we're crossing on 8 here, we're not getting to 8 there. I don't love this because it just makes too many dead ends in this top right corner. This guy just ends up completely worthless. So, to that end, I feel like this is nicer than the alternatives. That just leaves with these to do so much work in this bottom half. And if that's an 8, or that's an 8, the problem is I can't make any crossing out of this ever. Because, well, they can cross on 3. Sort of. So, this starts 2 to the right of this. They can converge directly on a 3. But if we go left and up, then we have to go left and down. And that's just not working out. Let's look at this 8. If I come 7 into an 8 here, then I can't get to this corner ever. So it would have to be some version of that. But the 7 here offers up no room for us to fill in the bottom half with other colours, and we don't have any other crossings to work with. So I don't think I don't think this orange is going to this 8. Unfortunately, we're not getting to these ever in this manner. Otherwise, we're almost onto something. I like this for the 8. Gives the 9 as a reasonably good potential for that. But completely blocks in the blue 1, which we know is never going to be a way to do that solution. So, do we need to get lower with more colors? Could be. Could be that. Like, there's no guarantee that this has to be the tile for the crossing. That 4 is too far away from anything else. It just keeps this left-hand side diagonal as an annoying number of tiles that need to be filled as kind of pseudo dead ends when we start filling them in like this. I don't think it can ever be green on this 4, because we'll never ever be able to cross 2 to there. I mean, that could be something, except now this becomes a problem. And I don't think it's basically ever possible for blue and orange to cross because of their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 proximity to each other. Is that a fact? Feels like it's a fact, but I can't be super certain of that in my head. Because blue has to get out, which means this is why I like the purple going up high. Green over here dealing with the 4 isn't terrible, otherwise we do this. Is there a world where that's the 8 and this 4 becomes the problem? Because this can't be right, I think, because blue is penned in, as previously mentioned. But blue does not have any hope of counting to 8 this way. So let's revisit this 8. Orange can do it. Green can do it. Orange can do it in a way that allows 7 to be crossed. But doing that means we can't get to all this space at the bottom half without doing more unwelcome crossings. And pink can do it. That's slightly more interesting but I don't think blue and orange are ever crossing. Which leads me back to thinking that this might be good. But I hate this because we've already decided blue and orange can't cross. Also makes a dead end there and a dead end there, which these two would kind of have to navigate, and they can't do so. So what does that leave? Yeah, it just can't be this if blue and orange can never cross, right? As I keep telling myself and then keep trying to make it happen. Stop trying to make it happen. It's not going to happen. Well, it's not that, but this gives me hope that there's options in this design space. But it looks like blue also won't be crossing with pink or orange, red or brown. And then it again comes down to what is being the 8. Oh. Hey. Very happy. All right, 3 crossings. That's the story for next time. We have 67, 68, 69, 70 for 9 levels left or something. Yeah, 8 or 9 levels for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.